Hello, what's up, guys? Good evening, everyone. Good to see every one of you here once again. Today it is the 30th of June 2021, the last day of June. All right, welcome to this Market Wise Asia Net Market Talk with Alex and Jay. And if you guys can hear me loud and clear, please say a hi to me in the comments. I've already seen some of the comments already. Hello, Gary. Hello, Ash. Hello, Joshua. Hello, Shua Hong. Hello, Kwan Lei. Hello, Bokui, Mac. Good to see every one of you here. All right. So if you guys can hear me loud and clear, just type yes in the comments. And right now we have about 150 people in the room right now. Wow. I even say excited for tonight. Okay. Excited for Jay, right? Lisa, R.A., Yen, yeah, Bonnie, Jess. Okay, good to see every one of you here. Okay, good to see everyone. All right, so today you guys should know, right, who is the guest speaker for today, right? So he's Jay, huh? All right, so if you guys, I've only seen about 20 plus people liking the Facebook Live. So no, just give us a like. All right, liking is free. It's also to tell Facebook that you want to see more of us on your Facebook feed, because if you don't do that, if you don't engage with us, Facebook will deem that you don't like us. So please give us a like, or at least just give us a like, okay? Liking is free. So, right, okay. So today, let me see. What are we going to share today? Let me see. All right. So is the market overheated? Does the market still have legs to rally even higher? Is it too late to trade the market now? All right. If you have been staying on the sideline, I think what are the opportunities now? What are the stocks, sectors, industry that still have the potential? I'm sure many of you want to know this answer, right? So without further ado, all right, I will welcome Jay on board. All right, you can see his hair right now.
Hey guys, good evening.
Yeah, if you can hear Jay, right, just type J, letter J in the comments right now. Engage with us. We love to talk to you. Have fun with us tonight. And this is a late night market talk, and we have about 180 people right now. All right, so before I kickstart this event, right, so first thing first, we have this Market Insights Virtual Summit that is coming up next weekend, all right, next weekend, 10 and 11 July 2021, proudly sponsored by IG. All you have to do is just to click on the register free button, just fill up your details, and you are good to go. Please remember to check your inbox, and if it happens to land in your spam folder, all right, do remember to put it back to your inbox, right? We're going to send you important information along the way. And I will give you the link in the comments. So you should be able to register over here. And you should be able to see the link in the scrolling bar as well. And we have sort of, finalized the title and the program for the day already. Okay, so you can go to the homepage here under the program. You can see 10 and 11 who are speaking. Colin Xiao, I'm sure to zoom in. I think you guys can see that. All right, so Colin is going to talk about how to profit from the commodities super cycle. And you have been watching my Facebook Live. I've been talking about commodities as well. So it's good to hear a resident expert also calling to talk about this commodities super cycle. And Jin Rong from IG will talk about the potential market opportunities and risk in the second half of the year, 2021. Kai Yong is one of the new speakers for this time around. He's going to show you how to pick profitable stocks using a predictable recurring pattern that's more than 80% reliability factor. That's a mouthful, right? The title, but it sounds good to me. All right. And of course, we have the keynote speaker, Michael Covell, Tom Basso, fireside chat, or at 2:30 p.m. All right. And Terence Tan for the day on Saturday, a systematic approach to 24 hours earnings, explosive profits with corporate earnings. Okay, so I'll just talk about the first day first. So just go ahead and register for the event. And I believe, right, some of you here are maybe this is the first time you're attending our Facebook Live. If this is the first time, right, don't be shy. Please type number 1 in the comments so that we know that you are new to Market Wise Asia. And I'm very sure you'll love our sharing by Jay later. Okay, so meanwhile, Jay, anything to besides saying hi, what I'm going to talk about today? You can share with us some of the insights that you want to talk about today.
All right, hey guys, good evening. I've been looking at the comments. Some of the comments really tickled me. My hair
So
also
what are the
all time
comments?
high. My hair also all time high like the market. I
Oh
hope
yeah,
so.
I saw the comment from Mei Sham, right? So I think I saw your comment I think the last Facebook Live, I think a previous one by me. You said that you missed Jay, right? That's why, because of you, right, I purposely asked him to come and talk to us tonight. Say you got your wish already, right, Jay? May, you see? So I finally got Jay into our session today. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, as mentioned that today we'll try to answer some of these questions, whether the market is overheated and such. All right. So before we get started, right, let's take a look at the broad market right now. Okay, just go to Finviz over here. And if you are new to us, so I always use this site called Finviz. I'll post a link in the comments. All right, so the now it's up 0.41%. NASDAQ, slightly negative 0.1, and the S&P is kind of flat, 0%. So the market has been climbing up for quite a number of days already. So for a numbers of weeks, if I'm not mistaken, let me see the S&P futures over here. Okay, so this is the S&P futures. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. About about 1 week plus already. So I've been climbing steadily. So right now, Jay, how do you feel about the market right now? Please, your turn right now to share.
How do I feel?
Yeah.
It is okay. I mean, it's going all time high, obviously, and there are some warning signs. Some of the signs that although every uptrend, right, they don't just go up in one straight line. I think we have to first establish this baseline, because a lot of us, I think we have got very wrong expectations. We expect the market to just fly. So number one, I think we should not just expect things to just fly like for no ever reason, right? Just go up one straight line. It doesn't work like this in the market. Whatever goes up will come down a little bit. It's just how much has it come back down. So right now, looking at the market, definitely is all time high. I'm not going to argue with this. But whether is it going to continue up for the next 2-3 days, I have my reservations on that. And yeah, and later I want to share with you why.
You want to share your chart with us, and might as well just go ahead and share with us your views, because I know if I try to hold Jay back, we will talk until 2 a.m. It's very chonghei one, very long-winded one. So I think okay, I'll just let Jay talk about the broad market first. Then after that, we can do kind of a chit-chat discussion, see what our different views together, shall we?
Yes,
right,
yes.
So try to share your screen.
You can share my screen now.
Okay, all right.
Yes, you guys can. Okay, so guys, can you see my screen? If you can see my screen, can you just type me a yes? Okay, just leave me the comment. Just let me type a yes. And by the way, guys, if you have not, liked this video and have not, just do us this huge favor. Do Alex and myself this huge favor. Just help us like this video. Help us share this video out as well. Like what Alex always say, sharing is free. And yeah, because we really want to provide maximum value to you. And thank you for joining us, at these kind of unearthly hours. We really appreciate it. So do engage with us. Do tell Facebook that, hey, I want to be hearing these two guys talk and entertain me for the rest of the night before I sleep. Yeah. So do tell Facebook that by liking, by sharing. We really appreciate it.
So before Jay start, okay, I will want to say one thing first. Gary always asks me to remind you, okay? Please, whatever we say today is just for educational and informational purpose, okay? It is not a recommendation to tell you what to buy or sell, all right? It's not meant for financial advice. So, please do your own due diligence. Alex is always wrong. Please don't copy me. If you want to copy, please copy Jay. I'm always wrong one, okay? All right, so the disclaimer is done. Okay, so Jay, please go ahead.
Don't copy me. Copy me also wrong one, die. Okay, so on the market itself, right, I am looking at some signs. I don't know why my trading view decides to play punk with me, because I added my pivots there, but it's not coming out. It doesn't want to come out. So I don't know where is it going.
Actually, for me, the people also for this month, it doesn't really show the full line. So I still don't know what's wrong with the.
Oh, I think I know why. Because right now we are in the changeover. Maybe that's why.
Is it?
Yeah. Is it not showing for yours as well?
I mean, for the past 1 month, it has been like this already for me. Yeah.
Oh,
Anyway,
really?
doesn't matter. Yeah.
It was just like this for me, like just now only. Okay,
Really,
what?
for mine it's okay. Okay. Yeah.
Oh well. Okay, so on the market itself, right? Okay, guys, I just want a very quick poll from all of you that are watching. Wow, 260 of you guys, right? So where do you think the market is going? How many of you think that it is going up, and how many of you think that it is going down? Can you just type us your comments and let us know? So whether do you think it's going up, is going down? Yeah, and let me share with you why I think is a little bit worrying also. I mean, certain signs that I'm seeing. And tonight, I definitely don't want to talk too long, because if not, we'll end at 2 a.m. Some of you guys still got work tomorrow. So,
Right. Joshua is up. James is up. Louis. Hi,
hey,
Louis.
Louis. All
Bullish
right,
breakout.
bullish breakout. Okay, so most of you all say up lah, obviously, right?
Wow.
And,
But
and,
you're
and yes,
asking whether you think they're going up, is it? Whether they're going
yes,
up.
yeah. So they
What
think it's going
everybody
up.
think is going up, then I'll be a bit careful. Everybody think is going up, then
I
the
also
reverse
I
might
also scared.
happen.
Okay, so moving forward, where should I start? Okay, so I'm going to break down into a few things. Number one, I'll be looking at price action. Okay, so this is the first thing I'll be addressing tonight. Number two, I will also want to look at the cyclical performance. Moving forward, like in Q3, usually what are we going to expect in terms of price performance? Then number three, where are the key levels? I always like this approach, or I really just use this approach. Or where are the key levels that we should be looking for a reaction? And finally, number four, just wait for a reaction. So trading is actually very simple. It is the humans, like all of us, myself included, guilty of that. We always make all this thing very complicated. Actually, trading very easy one. It's just we try to make a mountain out of a molehill. Yeah. So number one, talking about this price action. It is no doubt that we have an all-time high. Yes, no doubt. So it's definitely heading up. And is it going to head up in one straight line, or is it going to probably come down first, find some footing before going up? Personally, between 1 and 2, which one do you think is more probable? Can you just type me your choice in the comment? Whether is it 1 or 2? Can you just comment within the comment section? So, and Louis brought up a good point about the volume, and this is something I want to talk about as well. So number one, right? Let me just zoom it in first. Over here. Okay, so number one, we are looking at candles, right? Or sessions that, we have a huge reversal over here. This is like I don't know what name you call it. I'm very bad with names, right? Then it broke the previous all-time high. So there is definitely a breakout over here. And as we can see, right, the gradient seems to be slowing. It seems to be getting gentle already. So you can see a gradual turning. And these two last sessions tell me a huge message. Okay. What are these messages? It is telling me that it is very indecisive right now. So in a period, right, whereby they broke all-time high. So let's put everything into context. For me, right, for some of you guys that have probably watched my Facebook live a few times before, you know that my sharing are always very candid. I share what I see, and sometimes you may not like it, but I apologize to you first. But I feel that it's just ethical for me to share what I see, not what I think, because what I think doesn't matter unless I have got 9 zeros in my bank account. Then yeah, probably what I think matters, but I don't have. Yeah, so I always say what I see, and it's a fact. A fact will never lie. Yeah. So number one, right, I'm looking at indecisiveness. I do not memorize any of the chart patterns. I do not memorize any of the candlestick patterns, even though we were made to study that when we were taking the level 1 of the Certified Financial Technician exam, the CFTE, of which you can see Alex, he is a CFTE. I have the level 1 examination, right? So we were made to memorize all of this, and I don't find that memorizing works. But these two sessions, the last two sessions, what it tells me is indecisiveness. Okay, so guys, type indecisive in the comments section. So what does indecisive, or rather at this juncture, right? Why does indecisive, why is it not a good thing? It's because it is precisely at an all-time high. Taking into context, right? I just broke out an all-time high. Just think about this. If you were to achieve something massive in your life. It's a great achievement. Like, yes, finally I've done it. And usually what will people do? You will go around sharing your news with your loved ones, with all your friends, you post on social media, right? You want to make sure that everybody but everybody knows it. Like, I made my first million, that kind of thing. So this is the market that's going at all-time high. But like break out already, then don't want, I don't want to celebrate. I go back and sleep. This is what it's telling me, So I'm like, a bit funny, you just broke out all-time high, then there's no leadership, then people are not buying, then how come you broke into all-time high? Where is it going to go? So this indecisiveness is what holding me back a little bit. And like what Lewis brought up just now. So Lewis was talking about this declining volume. So what you have here is a clear price to volume divergence where prices are going up and volume it's coming down. So, and by the way, I'm looking at the futures. So prices are going up, volume is coming down. Then putting everything into context, right? It's like you have made a great achievement in your life. You refuse to celebrate, and then your energy is like getting lower, like as if you're going to die. Do you get this kind of feel? Yeah, and this is exactly what I'm reading out from the market right now. So I'm like a bit, go up, yes. Bullish, I think so. But is it going to be a straight line? Personally, I don't think so, based on what I've shared. Yeah, so to keep it to the point, this is exactly what I think. So back to Alex, just in case later I talk until 2 a.m.
Okay. Yeah, so let me go back to my chart again. So you can see, right, my view is kind of similar to Jay also. Previously market had a few days of sell off over here. Can you guys see over here, okay? And when price actually hit the central pivot range over here, this is where I've tried to find my support and the resistance zone, and this is also called a support zone over here. Market is telling me that it could potentially go higher. How high? I don't know. But when market tells me that it could be the potential, I just assume that the trend is going to continue. I don't keep thinking that the market is going to crash. The market is going to crash. There are a lot of people who try to keep short the market, thinking that it is high, right? It has been dying until very tough. dead. So I try not to short the market. So instead, I try to be a trend follower. When market is telling me that hit a support level, then I will try to go long. And indeed, I actually went long, and I went into a few ETF. Price actually goes into my favor. And by the time right now, I'm actually thinking of taking profit really instead of going aggressive and buying more. And of course, what Jay said also, right? I'm also looking at the volume where the price is heading higher, candles are getting smaller, indecisiveness, and the volume is also heading down. And one thing I want to add is this market breadth. All right, market breadth. Okay, for those who are new to MarketWise Asia, this is the site that I use, index indicator. Okay, for those who have been following me for some time, you should already know. I posted the link in the comments earlier, so you guys can see. All right, just give me a moment. What I want to share with you is that this market breadth, basically the market breadth is to tell you the overall, the health of the market, because the S&P 500, right, basically the top 10, 20 stocks carry a lot of weight. For example, Apple, Microsoft, if it's going up, it's going to pull up the index and make it seem that the S&P is doing very well, all right? But that might not be the case, you see. So let me try to compare the S&P 500 and the number of stocks above the 50 days moving average. 50 days is more like a kind of a traders and investor will look at, a common MA that people are looking at. So let me try to zoom in 2 years and then I chart it over here, S&P. All right, I think you guys should be able to see. Even though the market kept going higher previously, yes, it was at so-called at a oversold level. A lot of stocks are below their 50 days moving average. But right now, even though the market is at all-time higher, the number of stocks above the 50 days moving average for the whole S&P, the whole 500 stocks, it is only about 36.67%. quite little. I'm expecting about at least 50 to 60% higher, as in 50 to 60% of the stocks above 50 days moving average. So this is kind of a concern to me. So basically, the rest of the stocks, maybe I don't know, maybe 300 to 400 stocks, they are not participating in the rally, and most of them are still below their 50 days moving average. So, Jay, what do you think about this market breadth? I understand that you also look at market breadth yourself too.
Yep. On the market breadth itself, the shorter term market breadth, it has already pulled back to a healthy level. But usually, like what Alex rightly pointed out, right, is when the market is breaking up high, ideally we want to see more stocks participating in there as well. And all index, if we look at, for example, S&P 500 is market cap weighted. Then if you look at Dow Jones is price weighted. So naturally, if your market cap is bigger or if your price is more expensive, you will weigh more in these respective indices themselves. So only like these few stocks are moving, and then the rest is like, where are you guys? I don't know where you are. So I'm basically seeing the same thing here as well. And maybe okay, Alex, can you show my screen, please? Okay, so over here, right? One of the things that I use to check is also on TradingView. I think Alex did share this before as well. MMFI. So you can see we are at a very healthy breadth level. It's like not near the high, not near the bottom. We are exactly right in the middle. But weird thing is, if we look at S&P 500, it's like going all time high. So where are the stocks going up? Only the bigger companies lah. And right now, I believe some of you have heard me say this before. It will be a rotation between in the next run, right? In this next coming rotation, it will definitely be right now it's into technology. Therefore, all the technology stocks are all like flying mad. Then eventually, where is the money going to flow to? Because at the end of the day, when we're looking at a market itself, it is all about money flow. So money is going to flow into the relatively undervalued stocks at the moment, which is the thing that I wanted to bring across tonight. You know, where is the next big thing or where is the next big sector that we should be looking at? And this is the whole purpose of the sharing tonight. All right. So on this market breadth, okay, just like that, not high, not low, still can go up. But the price to volume divergence is what I'm afraid of, or rather, I'm more mindful of. The medium term market breadth, right, it is still relatively at the high stage. So even though pull back a little bit, but not like a lot, you know. So this rotation has been ongoing for a while already. If you can recall, right, this year's market is not so easy to trade. Guys, do you all agree not? 2021 market compared to 2020, which year do you think is easier? Last year, 2020, or is it this year, 2021? Can you all leave your comments in the can you let me know your answer in the comments? All right. So and this brings me to the point. This year, the market, if you have not realized it, it's not so easy to trade anymore. It's not about just I break out close to I buy, I become a millionaire. No, it doesn't work this way, right? Last year, yes. Last year, because it was an unprecedented COVID, you know, I obviously don't want COVID to come back. It just stays here and hopefully it can go off, right? But this year, really, we are getting into some rotation, some serious rotation, because we do see that all the market are being propped up right now. So let me give you an analogy. Here is your capacity. Here is your max capacity. And then where the market is very near capacity. So what is it doing? It is just switching from those that are very near capacity to those that are slightly under. So this is where the rotation happens. And then it rotates to the next one. And then it rotates to the next one. So this rotation works like a pendulum. So in a sense, it's like money flow. Money will flow from technology to industrial to recovery stock, recovery to cyclical to consumer back to technology, which is what we are witnessing right now. And this brings me to the point. So guys, if you want to have an idea, right, of like, hey, so this year market not so easy, which I think you all agree, last year market so much easier, all right? So this year, if you want some direction and beyond what myself and what Alex can offer to you, right? Here is a shout out to you. Do go and sign up for the Market Insights Virtual Summit that is coming up. I think just 2 weeks from now. Okay, just go and sign up there, where you can get to learn from so many market experts. And and Alex will be posting the link in the comment as well.
Posting the link again once more in the comments. For those who are just joining us right now, we have about 300 plus people in the room. And
Wow.
again, you guys know to sleep one, is it? Tomorrow is a working day, you know. Okay, so but anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. So we really appreciate that, you know, spending the time with us at about 12 a.m. right now. As we mentioned, right, the Market Insights Virtual Summit is coming up to be next weekend, 10 and 11. So the event is free, totally free. Please go ahead and register for it. And of course, you can hear a lot of insights, strategies, and the market outlook by different traders and investors as well. I already posted the link in the comment. For those who are new to us, you still can see the link in the scrolling bar as well. So do register for it. And if you want to see the program, it is out. Can go to the navigation bar under the program and see what are the topics and the titles and what time the different speakers are speaking. All right, so I don't want to talk too much on this. You know, back to Jay once again. All right, so I want to add something is that, you know, previously on my Facebook Live, I actually mentioned, I actually mentioned that, you know, you're talking about the rotation, you know, from value to tech and to cyclical to consumer to stable and all this stuff, right? So it's just keep rotating and rotating and rotating.
Yeah.
I also don't know if the market want to keep rotating until when, this musical chair. So you can see that for the past 2 weeks, okay, for the past 2 weeks or so, the NASDAQ, this is a NASDAQ chart, this is the NASDAQ 100 futures chart, right? The NASDAQ just, you know, what I call is a TPC. This is a Hokkien word. You know what is this? It just kept going higher and higher, just that one straight line, you know. So obviously, if you didn't trade the market, you should know that recently you've been hearing all the tech stocks, you know, as going up, you know, Tesla going up, NIO going up, Palantir going, ARKK going up. Okay, so tech is definitely going up. And I also mentioned that, you know, the Dow, which is the weakest of all the three indices, right, is the weakest. And of course, when the overall broad market rebounded, it also rebounded as well. But I did mention, I think in my Facebook Live, I think 1 or 2 weeks ago, I say this is the central pivot range over here where market hit this area, which is about 34,000 plus. There will be a reaction because this is the CPR, which is acting as a resistance zone. And true enough, right, for the past, you know, 2 days, not counting today, and today is the current day, right? So we don't know what's going to happen. But for the past 2 days, price actually kind of stuck at that CPR area over there. And based on today's price action, it seems that the Dow is actually quite resilient. It's quite resilient. It is not coming down. So if you're talking about price action, why can you see that price actually try to break the low over here, this red bar low, but couldn't go down lower and then hit higher. So it seems that down to me, there is strength. So my thinking is that, you know, maybe 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I don't know, the tech is going to be rotated out again and back to the industrial, into the banks once again. And if you're watching some of these finance sector, XLF, you know that they are beaten down. They are beaten down quite fiercely. Okay, you see, it was down. The XLF, this finance sector, it was down about 9%. You know, so it is kind of recovering. So my guess, my personal view, okay, is that be careful if you are holding some of the tech stock. If you are holding for swing trading, for some swing trade, and if giving you some good profits, do take some profit off the table. All right, or at least trail your profit. Don't make your winner become a loser. So that's very important. So that's my view. So what is your view, Jay?
I think it's pretty similar lah. That's why I think Harvey, is either we will both make money together or both lose money together.
Yeah. So to a certain extent, our view are pretty similar. Do you know why? Do you know the reason why? Because I learned from Jay lah. So everything just same one.
You anyhow you learn from me, I learn back from you. Okay. So to add on to the point, right? If you can see on my screen over here. Right. Okay, so to also show on to elaborate on what Alex have mentioned, right? This time round, the Dow Jones is the best. No, it's not the best, it's the worst hit. Okay, so I'm gonna do a compare and contrast between the February rotation versus the June's rotation. So June is the current one. And I'm going to compare and contrast within the three indices. Number one, I'm going to look at YM, which is Dow Jones. The second one would be ES, which is S&P 500. And then the last one will be NQ. So NQ will be NASDAQ itself. Okay, so let's see how much has it dropped by. All right, over here. So we can see that from the top, agak, like you take from the top to the bottom, this time it dropped about 5.58%. So that's about 5.5% thereabouts. So over here, NQ drop, Dow drop about minus 5.5%. And then if we were to look at February period, okay, when it happened over here, or rather in the March area. Okay, let me see when was that for S&P. So same these two period, and then for Dow Jones. Okay, the one in March. Okay, so the one in March, I'm comparing against that. So for Dow Jones itself, it dropped about how much is this? This is about 5%, 4.8%. So this is minus 4.8%. Then very quickly looking at ES, in the same period over here, from the top to the bottom, it's about 5.8% as well. So ES in February is minus 5.8%. Then looking at the current drop, okay, looking at the current drop is nothing, really nothing. It's just less than 3%. So I round that up. I give it about minus 3%. And then let's look at NASDAQ. That's the interesting thing. Okay, so on NASDAQ over here, we can see that in March, right, it was beaten until really blue black left, right, center. So it's minus 12%. So it was a massive rotation of the tech stocks generally in March, because 2020 was a brilliant year for tech stock. Technologies ran like nobody business. Yeah. So it was a massive rotation out, of which I don't think is the current strength. And if you look at what happened in June, is this even a rotation? I don't think so. It's just chiong. It's literally just fly. So minus 2.3%. So what is my point over here? My point is for you to look at this figure. What was the most beaten down in a point of time, right? In which is technology. What was beaten down there in that point of time as compared to now? Guess what? It is the strongest today. So why? Why is this so? It's because that, like what I mentioned, all the money that's created in this system, the money have to flow somewhere. The money have to flow from all maxed out already. So where the money go to? Go to the next best alternative, the next best alternative. So after flowing to and fro, okay, from different teams, technology versus industrial versus whatever, you will find that those that are beaten down, and right now money is flowing back in there. So which brings me to the next point. Okay, in this current fall, okay, in this current rotation that's ongoing on, can you all see which index is the most beaten down? Can you all just type it in the comments? Okay, just type it in the comments for me. Which index it is the most beaten down? I'm very sure you will agree that it is the Dow Jones, right? It's DJI. So in the next coming rotation, where money stops or cease to flow into stock technology right now, where is the next area or the next best alternative for them to look for returns? Right? Where is it? It is definitely more or less lah. Okay, my best guess will be there. That is where I'm putting my money on. Okay, that's the best guess. So is it happening now? The answer is no. It is still lagging. And like what Alex pointed out, it is still at the central pivot range. It gets stuck there. And this is why I think Alex is very certain, like a god like that, Like, see, this area, I tell you already, sure kena one. True enough, is he go there? Then go sideways already. So anyhow, every time say me, actually he is the master. So guys, you all agree or not?
Because Jay is the stock god, so I learned from him also.
I want to turn on my camera already. Okay, guys, just FYI, or rather, I just want to ask you all this. How many of you agree that Alex is the Sifu? How many of you agree with that? Can you all type Sifu Alex? Can you all just do this? Just help us type Sifu Alex. Okay, so is it so accurate? See, wow, this area cannot go up higher. Wow, really stop there. Even my
Please,
daughter don't listen to me like that.
if you all think Jay is a stock god, right? Please type stock god in the comments. I will post the comments first on stock god. Jay is a stock god.
Seriously? Okay, so okay.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
just joking aside, just to bring
Yeah,
some
just joking. Because
laughter in the room.
now 12 a.m. already. I mean, entertain y'all a bit, ma. Okay, so over here, I think if you're looking for you or the next rotation after when the money is rotating out of technology, right? Then my next best choice will definitely, and yeah, it will be here. It will be in the Dow 30 stocks. It will be the stocks that are showing strength within Dow 30 right now. Okay, so this is something that you should be looking at as well, because we do not know. Number one, we do not know when. It may happen tomorrow. It may happen right now. It may happen like 2-3 weeks later, maybe 1-2 months later. We will not know. But what we can do is to react. So our job, right, with just thousands and even hundreds of thousands, is still thousands of dollars only. So we can't control the market. There is no way we can control the market. So all we do is just react, knowing that, okay, this is my next best alternative. I will be camping. I will be ready and to wait for this reaction. Okay, guys, do you agree? If you agree, can all of you just do me a favor? Just help me type react, because I do not want you to prematurely jump in and I buy first. Then the thing later continue go down, how then die lah like that. Okay, not okay. So this is what I wanted to highlight to you as well lah. Okay, this is what I wanted to highlight to you, and alongside, right, what are some of the numbers that support this so-called this thesis or this theory that I have? Okay, so one of the things that we can look at will be the PE ratio. So looking at this PE ratio, without a doubt, right? Without a doubt, Dow Jones. So here is Dow Jones over here. Then we have NASDAQ 100 and the S&P 500. So the indicative yield, all right, the indicative yield. So how do we calculate indicative yield? Literally, we just take 100, okay, divided by this number that we see, this price to earnings ratio. So that is the indicative yield lah. So we take 100
try to zoom in a bit bigger. I think could be a bit smaller for them.
Okay, let me just do this. Like that.
Okay, fantastic.
Okay, like that. Just nice. So you can see, right? So let me calculate Dow Jones indicative yield right now. So for Dow Jones, right, DJI, you take 100 divided by 29, you get around 3.33%, about there lah. Okay, 3.33%. So if you shift down some more, you are looking at NASDAQ and S&P 500. NASDAQ, what is the, see, I need my calculator now. You take 100 divided by 37.25. Okay, that's about 2.68%. So for both NASDAQ, NDX, and SPX, you are looking at 2.68%. So what is the next best alternative? Well, if you were to compare bond yield, which is like under 2%, there's still nothing lah. So it is still quite healthy. If you think that the market is going for a crash, I don't think so. I have seen, because I've been tracking this, I've been looking at S&P 500. It has gone up to like 48 before. Yeah. And it's not too long ago, just a couple of months back. It got to 48. The market didn't crash. The market just broke all-time high. So what is happening is, I want you to visualize this. There are three main groups of stock. One group on Dow Jones, one group on NASDAQ, one group on S&P 500. Money is just jump. That's what they're doing. Just like what crypto is doing right now lah. If you do DeFi yield farming, right, whichever gives you a best yield, you jump in, you jump already, and you jump to the next one, you go to the next one, you go to the next one. That's exactly what they're doing, right? All the big boys are doing. This is how the money is flowing right now in the market. Okay, so can you all see this visualization? I think this is important. So if you can see this visualization, can you just help me type one word? Great. Okay, can you just help me type great? Steady. Yeah, so this is what I wanted
to share the site to the people. I think one Sikyong is asking what is this site over here.
Yep, over here. So anyway, you Google, come on. Wash WSJ, then you go and Google market PE, it comes up. But yeah, the site is over there. So yeah, go and have your own realization. Okay, so yeah, this is what I think. Alex, where is the next best alternative?
Okay, so for me, so you personally, my view is that the tech could be rotated out, but not necessarily the case. It could be just potentially. But what I feel is that between the bigger company and the small company, so you know that money could be rotated out of the tech. But right now, you want to dive in. Should I go into the big companies again or go into the smaller company again? So I have some insights I want to share with you guys, which is I saw it on Twitter. I thought it is quite interesting. All right, so I want to take this chance to share with you this. Okay, this is called the RSP. Okay, RSP. How many of you have heard of this? I haven't shared my screen. Okay, RSP. So RSP is the S&P equal weight ETF. How many of you have heard of this ETF before? Please type RSP before. If you haven't heard of this before, type no in the comments so that at least I know. So again, RSP is the equal weight. So basically, all the 500 company are just standard weight, equal. So that okay. If you don't understand what I'm trying to say, I go to this sleep chart over here. All right, so S&P 500, where is it? Weight analysis. All right, so basically, as I mentioned, because the bigger company carry a lot of weight, right? So the 50 company in S&P 500 already carry about 50% of all the total weight already, okay? So that's quite a lot. Just about 200 companies already carry about 80+% already. So only a very small number of companies will carry the S&P up a lot. Whereas for the equal weight, every stock is basically divided by 500, so all equal weight. I hope you guys can understand what I'm trying to say. Maybe if I cannot explain well enough, maybe Jay can help me explain later. But nevertheless, right? I want you to take this. I want to compare the RSP, right, versus the SP or the S&P, the standard S&P ETF, right? Let's do naked chart first. Normally, I use the weekly chart to give me a broader perspective. Okay, so if I add in this one is the cloud over here. Okay, so you know that the RSP, it is underperforming. By the way, if it is equal weight, which means that the smaller company are inside and they give a lot more weight to the smaller company. So which means that for the past maybe half a year or so, all right, it is going higher. So the smaller company are actually performing better compared to the bigger company, the big cap. But right now you can see that price is kind of stuck here at this. You can say that it's a double top, whatever you say it, all right? And we are near this resistance area over here. You also can use kind of a normal classical TA on a ratio chart also. So this is the prior resistance. So it seems that it is coming down. It is coming down. So basically, the equal weight S&P 500 it is coming down, which means that the market is not favoring the smaller company, which means that the market is favoring the bigger company right now. Which means, all right, if you really want to buy into the market right now, I would prefer to buy into the bigger company. Like for example, you know what is big, Facebook, Microsoft, Apple, all these are big companies. If you see the S&P 500 companies and you don't know what they do, most likely they are small company, okay? If you know what they do, most likely is big company, all right? And if you want to take another perspective, all right, this ETF, you can see the list I have, the large cap, it is this ETF is ticker is VV, and the small cap is VB. It's VB. So if I take VB, all right, ratio over the small cap VB weekly chart, and you see over here, for the last year, actually the big cap is underperforming compared to the small cap. And right now, it seems that the VB, the smaller one, is heading higher already. As in, yeah, so which means that the smaller cap, which is the VB over here, the small cap companies are going to outperform the, it is the big cap, the big cap, I'm just confused already. VB is going higher, right? So it is, which means that the bigger company are going to outperform. So this is the VV over the VB ratio, big versus the small. So the big is going to head higher up, which means that the bigger company are going to outperform the smaller company. So this is just my personal view. By doing this comparative relative strength, it tells me, besides what sector to look into, what stocks to look into, should I be going into the bigger cap or the smaller cap as well? All right. So any views on this, Jay? Or if you guys think this is something new to you, right? Please type this new in the comments so that I at least I know that you guys are also learning something new tonight also. All right, something new also. Okay, so if this is something new, please type new in the comments so that I know that I'm providing value to you and Jay is also providing value to you guys right now. Okay, any comments to add, Jay?
Not so, pretty much in line. That's why I say Habis. If you want to make money, we make all together. If not, we lose together.
Okay, so I think many of them are also interested to know what are the potential, stocks, sectors, industry to look out for. I think many of them are waiting for this chance. What stock tip is Jay going to give them? So, do you want to share with you your stock god ability and share with them what are the sectors, industry that you are looking at right now?
Why like that?
Okay,
right? So if you show my if you look at my screen, right? Just give you guys some okay, Alex, help me add the screen, please. Okay, just to give you all some backdrop of what I do. Or rather what are the stocks I have been selecting, right? Because some of you guys may know I am I for my students I will share and I see some of them here tonight, like Eugene, Kai, they know what kind of stocks we are looking at because every week I'll do a live trading session with them. Then some of you guys that were from SMT, you do also know that I also create the chart of the day, which so many of you guys are asking for it. So just to give you an idea, what kind of stocks that we've been selecting, ARKK, this is one of them. It is one really, how many of my students got in this? Can you just help me comment in the comment section? Okay, this was really, really lucky. Why? Because I personally got in at a very fantastic price. Nobody believed that. Yeah, even I don't believe that I found the bottom. And then this is what happened. It just went from here to now it's 32%. So I'm like, okay lah, not bad lah. It's doing fine lah. Just let it do lah. And then for last week, we also looked at cloud computing, which was crazy. Last week was from here onwards. The cloud computing have just increased. So these are all the strong sectors lah that we have been looking at. And hack, right, was okay until just these 2 days is coming down a little bit. So here is where we can be paying some attention to where hack is going lah. Then some of the individual stocks includes Fiverr. This is almost 30% ever since I did the chart of the day over here. And what else? I think there is retailer. I did mention this before in the retail ETF. So it just broke all-time high and now doing a retest. So it's all very, very healthy. So these are the stocks that I'm using this framework to go and pick it up lah. So using the same framework, right, I also want to share with you where is the next big thing maybe, where are some of the strong stocks. I've identified a few, and I think some of you are here camping until this time waiting. Hey, tell me lah, faster tell me so I can go to sleep. How many of you are like this? Can you type me? Can you type me? So you can see Danny, Wai Sun, who else? Kai. You all commented. Yeah, all the stocks that I've been selecting for the past 2 weeks. Even Baba is there. So Baba is a very, very nice change of trend right here. So usually you all should know I don't like this kind of stock. I don't like stocks that are very very hot in the sense, you know, they're always on the news, hogging the headlines and all that. I don't like that kind of stock because it's all very inflated, very sentiment driven. So my kind of stocks is more like this kind, like, what is this company doing? You know, so Deere & Co. This is a very it's an industrial company that is beaten down right now, and in the rotation that is upcoming. Okay, I don't know when, but in the rotation that is upcoming, do pay attention to this stock. Okay, do pay attention to this stock. So get my message loud and clear. I never ask you buy now. Please don't confuse my message. I never say buy now. I say watch this. Okay, must make it clear.
Watch this is equal to.
And look, mine like that lah. Don't sabo me.
We are just kidding. So basically, whatever we share is just for entertainment purpose. So please do your own due diligence. Basically, Jay is just sharing with you his thoughts. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so guys, if you heard my message loud and clear, you agree, please don't do any copy trading. Just do, you know, just watch this, know how to get in based on some of your rules as well. Don't get too particularly intrigued by this very high volume, because this one is what we call the first half window dressing, or the portfolio shuffling by the fund managers. So usually every quarter in the last week, right, you will tend to see a higher volume spiking in some of the companies. This is due to portfolio managers window dressing, and this is the first half performance. So you can see the huge volume over there. Okay, a huge volume over there, usually happening in the last week of every quarter. So this is DE. Do pay attention to this. If you guys agree, please type DE. Okay, please type DE. This is the first stock that I want to give you tonight. Okay, and why I'm looking at this as well, because number one, it has been beaten down for quite a while. In fact, last year this was one of my favorite stock, because if you look at it, right, last year, okay, let me hide out the rest of the high arrow. My trigger was at a ridiculous price. Okay? It was a crazy ridiculous price, and it went all the way, and it just go, you know, it literally just go for some you guys cannot see. Yeah, it was at like $170 there about. It just go until just recently 300 plus. That's where the trend has ended lah. So this has been broken down, beaten down for quite a while already. Just like Apple was also beaten down quite a while before, you know, hey, right now it's heading up already, but it was beaten down for a while until people lose hope. Yes, so this is one of the stock. Okay, personally, I invested in this. I held this for a while already. So my buying price is pretty low. It's about 120. So now go 136 is okay lah. Just continue going lah. After all, it's stronger than the market lah. So and this is what my strength meter tells me lah. It's stronger than the market. Whether is it increasing, getting stronger or not. So in order for me to track the rotation, I'm also looking at things like that. All right, I'm also looking at things like that. And back to
I think this is also in line with what my thinking is. Go towards the bigger cap one, AAPL. It's
exactly.
one of the biggest already, right?
AAPL, Facebook. Facebook is it just crossed the 1 trillion valuation.
Yeah,
You look at Amazon,
strong. Facebook is very strong recently.
Microsoft. Communication services generally strong. If you look at Twitter, if you look at Snapchat, Pinterest, all these are the crazy strong stock. But I think this is the one, you know, not immediately, but it's the upcoming one. If it rotates back, you know, this is going to be very interesting. This is really going to be very interesting. Why? Because it does a pullback to a very, very nice weekly area. So you can see over here, see, it has been up there for like God knows how long, you know, ever since there. It just rallied, and this rallied went on for a while, and finally it did a flash down. And this is something that I like, you know, and I have a trigger over here. This is my TBB trigger. So this is something that I'm liking, and I'm seeing this. So the strength is definitely stronger than the market right now, still picking up. And yeah, this is where you know, as the rotation away from tech happens, this is where I'm gonna put my money in. So and my students know that when I do live trading with them, I literally just I just trigger a trade in front of them as well. So this is one of the companies, and there are a few There are a few more. One of it is controversial. But before I go to those controversial picks, Alex, anything to add?
Nothing much. You can continue. Nothing much really. I'm looking at some of the sectors that later I will share, but maybe you can share with some of the other industry sectors that you're looking at right now at the moment.
Okay, so over here, I'm also looking at this one very interesting company called JD. So how many of you know what JD does? This is something that just pop up today only on my radar. So this one is okay. I'm gonna say this, but please disclaimer. It's gonna happen now, but please don't just. I'm not gonna tell you whether to buy, to sell. You please do your own due diligence. Okay, guys, agree? Agree. This one not copy trading session. Okay, so JD is a stock that I will stay away from in last year because this belongs to one of those very inflated hot stocks. I never liked this kind of stock because as the sentiment just deflates, right? Then you see the stock price also deflate lah, which you can see over here just drop down. Hey, it's quite fierce eh. This drop is not like nothing, it's not like small drop eh. From the head, or rather from the top to the bottom is a 40% drop eh. And that's crazy, you know. But why do I like about this? Okay, so from a technical point of view, and maybe let me just explain the perspective that I'm coming in from, because some of you guys that are fundamentalists, that means you believe in value investing, you're not going to like what I say because I don't do value investing. Yeah, so I don't rely on that. So my trading methodology, it is 70 or at least 80% technicals. I'm always looking at price level. I'm always evaluating whether there's a change in structure. These are the things that I always look at. I don't, I don't just go what chart patterns, candlestick pattern, all those textbook stuff. Well, if people can make good money off the textbook stuff, then the book printers will be damn hot already, right? Everybody will quit their job and then just read book, and then yeah, everybody make a lot of money. It doesn't work this way, what? Come on. So 80% is all technical, and only 20% considering fundamentals, cyclical analysis, sector rotation. All these are the approaches that I do lah. All right. So for some of you guys that are just recently introduced to me, maybe you do not know what I do or how my pattern is lah. So this basically is my approach. So I like to look for you know, prices where there's a change in structure, whereby there is a good reversal. And as I do that, right, JD comes up and rank very highly on the list that I have lah. So this I sneak peek a bit okay. I don't the list is over here, okay. Let your sneak peek already. So I do have a list lah. So and this is a list I send to my students. So my students that are waiting later after this broadcast, I sent to a Telegram group for you guys. Okay, so what do I like about this? Number one, there's a change in structure. There's a change in price trend. You can see a lower low, lower low, lower low, lower low, and then we have a good base over here. So it's like a good camping area, I would say. So the prices are no longer dropping. And what do I like? There's a flush down. So this area over here is a false breakout. So I call it a FB. So guys, this is what we call a false breakout lah. Okay, you get this loud and clear. Can you just do us another favor? Have us type FB. Okay, FB for false breakout, not Facebook. Okay, so false breakout, what does it mean? It means that people who shorted this. Think about this. Why would people short there? Because it's a very textbook thing to do, isn't it? Everybody will know that there is a support level here, and then there's a support level here. Then people will be shorting where? Very obvious one. You close 2 eye also know. You short here one. Don't need see. Then where's the stop loss? The stop loss is definitely here one. Don't need see one. You're all there one. Okay. If you short there, here is where your stop loss will be. Correct? So where's the target? Usually people make money, don't know where to take out one. Target. But there's always a stop loss. Okay. So over here, there's a short over here and there's no follow through. So once there is no follow through, okay, no follow through, not non-fungible token, please. I know now all the craze is about NFTs. So there's when there is no follow through, what it tells us is there's a false breakout, FBO. So Singaporean sons, you all will know that. Wow, FBO, what is it? Full battle order? No lah, not the NS one. Okay, never mind. So this is a false breakout. So false breakout means people habis lah, die already. They short there, they die lah. Okay, literally they are trapped. So the stop loss will be there. The first level to watch out for is definitely the stop loss area, which will be 70% in this area. Don't need to see. You close 2 eye also, you know it's there. Why? Because you go any website, you read any books, they'll tell you that. And what is this? Some of you may say, oh, this is the inverted head and shoulder. Okay, I give it to you lah. Shoulder 1, you got a head, then you got shoulder 2. Okay, I give it to you lah. And then you got a neckline. And where is your projection? Or your projection is the bottom to the top, and then you bring it up further. This one is your price target. I wish things just work according to textbook. Then it makes everything easier, right? So yeah, that's besides the point. I don't want to go too far in that. So what I want to share here, or what I'll point out, is the lower low, lower high structure has already changed to one that is lower low, then a low, then a high, higher low, higher high. Then after that, yeah, comparatively, it's still going higher. And that's where I would say the trend has already changed. So can you guys see this? If you can see this, can you just help me type change? Okay, just help me type in change. So this is what I'm looking at right now. It changes and it's beaten down until cannot be down. It's really just cui. Okay, it's just there. And best part, last year it was always on the news. This year, it's not on the news. This year, what is on news this year? I don't know. I really never follow news anymore. So yeah, if you are wondering like, you mean you don't read news? Yeah, I don't. I really don't read news. I read news for what? All the stocks I need, I ask Alex can already. He will give me already.
Can I read news stock to check the euro lah? I think England beat Germany, right? So all this I get from the news.
Oh
But
yes.
talking about stocks all these financial. We don't really read the news. We just look at the price action and the and such.
Yep.
All right.
Exactly. So looking at the pivot, where are we aiming for? Then comes the price level. Where are we aiming for? So there's a potential resistance off at the R1. Okay, so let me just zoom in. I know some of you watching with your mobile device. So there is already a change in trend, and then there is a change in the structure as well. So R1 is the next potential resistance. So here is a checkpoint that we want to pay attention to, and then do what? And then we wait for a reaction. All right, so this is a key level. A key level is at 79.70. Wait for the reaction that is going to happen over there. What kind of reaction? It can be a breakout, or it can be a, who knows, go sideways and then after that come down. So I always wait for a reaction. Once it clears this level, then it makes sense. But then now you may be thinking, but Jay, if let's say it breaks 79.70, then now it's at $80. I could have made 30 cents more leh. Come on, you are looking for what? You are looking to make a few dollars, what is 10, 20 cents? Come on. Let's look at a bigger picture. So beaten down stock, and this is one pattern or one strategy that is working for the market right now. And this is how we got into cloud, SOXX. We got into, ARKK, BABA. All these stocks are basically all doing the same pattern now. So yeah, even NEO is doing the same thing. You go and take a look at NEO. So over here, NEO, we have a setup that was triggered, and look at where it goes. Come on, this is crazy. We have our entry price. It's at 40. Yeah, it is over here. It's over here. Our entry price is somewhere around here. 47.02. Okay, 47.02. So my students will know that because we are talking about this. Look at this. It just went from 47.02 where we entered all the way to the R3 area. 14.6% in how many days? 6 days or 6 trading sessions. So this is our style of trading not so like trade until cows come home that kind. I like those few days hit the target, I zao already, take the money, deploy somewhere else. So this is already ran already. So don't kind of ask me, Jay, I can buy or not. If you want to buy this, I only got one thing for you. Good, you sure make money. Okay, beyond that, no comments already. Look for something that's early. So early one, don't say never share. I share one. This one early. So another one. This is also quite early. Yeah, this is also quite early. And all my arrows are there. So R1 resistance area. R1 is.
You want to tell them what is this stock? Because can't really see.
Okay, so this is Digital Turbine, APPS.
APPS,
okay, so APPS. So it does package software. So technology again. So looks like R1 is holding. So the same pattern. We're still early. Don't ask me whether they can chase some of those that are run up for a while already. It's over Then you go to the next one It's okay, what?
Oh, by the way, this is just our personal opinion. So it doesn't mean that we share some of these personal stuff with you. Then it will definitely go higher. So it could it could potentially go against you. The trend may change again. So please do your own due diligence. So please don't copy.
Yes, yes,
or rather, don't copy me. I'm always wrong. You know, copy Jay.
Hey, hello, you sabo me, arrow me, poke me. Hello, why like that? Next time I don't come already. So case in point, AEO. AEO is one of the stocks we have selected. Did it always go up? Like, does it keep going up? No. The answer is no. You see, it got rejected at the key level. So there is a reaction of the R1, which is at the 38 area. Some of you guys that have gotten or saw me done this video, AEO 38, you would have recalled that I asked you to type out AEO 38, correct or not? So when you are here, right, you get stuck. There is no follow through. Then how? If you buy here, then I think you'll be very stressed right now. So don't FOMO lah. You know, don't kanchiong. Don't just jump in. There is plenty of money to be made. One thing I have learned in my last 12 years of trading is, if you miss this opportunity, there is always a next one. There is always a next better one. It's okay, man. You know, we don't think in scarcity. Opportunities will come, and most importantly is to be consistent. We don't need to hit 10 out of 10. Even if we hit like 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10, we still can make money, right? You don't have to, perfect 10. Don't need lah. Don't, they want too stressed already. Even, I can't do that. Okay. So, so case in point, this one. So if you anyhow buy, right, you know what I will do? I will tell you, bye-bye. Please don't do that, okay? Please never ever do that. Don't just copy trade, okay? This is not a copy trade session. It's an information sharing session that I hope that what you get out of this is, besides the counter, it's also the perspective of how I look at certain things and some of the top
see how Jay analyze, the very specific stock, learn about the price action, how he view whether the downtrend is turning into uptrend or uptrend is turning into a downtrend. The kind of nuances that I think not many people will share publicly with you guys. All right, so treat it as a very kind of informative sharing session with you guys. Okay.
Yeah. So so far, guys, can I have a check? How do you find the session so far? Have you learned something useful? If you have learned something useful tonight, right, from both Alex and myself, can you type me? Or if you find that, hey, the information very interesting, I never hear before, you get great value out of this, can you just do us a favor, help us type value? Not extra value meal, but yay, value, even at 12 a.m., right? Okay.
By the way, I want to let you know, so for people who are still with us, 290 of you here, all right? Jay is not speaking at our Market Insights Virtual Summit this time round, okay? But if you have been following us for the past few sessions, as in for the past few summit, you should know, Jay, we'll talk at our summit, but this time around, he's not inside. But I know there are a few requests from some of these people saying, hey, how come Jay is not inside this time round, so I will try to bribe Jay and ask him to talk to you guys after this summit is over, another ninja session with you guys, so that he can share with you guys more strategies, knowledge, and outlook of the market. How many of you guys want that to happen? Type me in the comments. If you don't want, then I won't invite him already, because obviously he's not there in the first place now. But if you guys want him to share more of you guys, right, please type me in the comments. Okay, instead of just 1 hour session, can be 1.5 hour session during this private session. If you want, type me in the comments. All right. So many of you want it. Me easy. So I have to bribe Jay to come and talk to you guys already. I have to say that. Anyway, let me try to share my screen. So this Market Insights Virtual Summit, you can see that Jay is not inside this time round, but I think many of you guys are interested to hear him speak once again. So I've decided, I try to make so-called plan a time with him after the summit is over, maybe 1 week or 2 weeks over. Then I will arrange a session with you guys. So additional on top of all these fantastic speakers, okay, we have also Jay inside also after the summit. So, but it is done through a closed session. It is private. It is not via Facebook Live. So if you really want to know when is the date, we haven't planned yet. So if you want to know when is the date, when is the time that we'll be holding this closed door webinar session, all right, do remember to register for this event, so that at least I know where to send the information to you guys. You see, if you don't register, I cannot tell you where to register for Jay's session, because this is a closed door event. So certain knowledge is really not for public. Okay, need to be closed door. So if you really want to attend the session with Jay after the summit is over, please register for this event also, so that at least I know where to send the information to you guys. So do register for this event. I'll post the link once again in the comments for those who are new to us right now, or who just joined us recently in this Facebook Live. Okay, so we have quite a number of speakers out there. Michael Covell, the best-selling author of Trend Following, Tom Basso, the original market wizards, Boris Schlossberg, a currency expert, and of course a number of other speakers like Colin Xiao, Ka Yong, Terence Tan, Jason as well, Terence, another Terence talking about options as well. So do register for this event. It's totally free, proudly sponsored by IG. So do register for this event so that we know where to send you the information, so that you know when is the next session with Jay. All right.
Awesome.
So back to you, Jay. Anything else to add?
No, I think I'm just scanning for the market, looking at this.
Maybe I will share my perspective as well. It's getting a bit late, one hour 15 minutes already. So just maybe another 15 minutes more, we'll call it a day. So my perspective is, that Jay talks more about individual stocks right now. So I want to share with you a broader perspective, like what are the sectors that you could be looking at. All right. So for me, if you have been following I think last 2 weeks, my Facebook Live, this is exactly what I posted on how to invest in meme stock, that session. So you can go through that session. So that session, I talk about some of the things that some of the industry that I'm looking at. Okay, so I'm looking at the retail, software, PSJ, all these are ETF, all the industry and sectors, ICLN, clean energy, MJ, cloud. So obviously, cloud, cybersecurity has moved, retail has moved already. So let me go to the market in out, the leading industry for the past 6 months. Okay, just take a look. Can you see over here? Right, these are the top leading industry of obviously oil and gas. I've been talking for the longest time. Apparel retail over here, right, is under the XRT. This is under the retail. Okay, retail. So you can take a look at the chart. I mentioned previously, XRT. All right, so this was where I entered over here. I also mentioned previously, obviously, it has already ran up already. So don't try and chase it. If you're not inside, don't chase. I'm just telling you the history. So I basically told the crowd that I entered somewhere around here. So I'm still holding on, but I'm getting ready to take profit anytime. Okay. So this is just to tell you that. And for example, PSJ software, obviously tech is leading. So I mentioned that as well. So PSJ, the software, PSJ I mentioned, it is also my arrow here is where I entered at the central period range. I also getting ready to take profit anytime. Don't chase, okay? So all these are already ran already. The things I want to share is that what are the potential things that you can look at right now? All right, so I am still quite interested in this PRNT. So this is 3D printing industry, PRNT. So can you see, right? Although it ran recently, but it just broken out of this trend line and also above the cloud. So to me, there is still quite a lot of potential. I don't see many people talking about this 3D printing thing. So ETF.com, if you go to PRNT, right, you can see what are the component stocks that are inside this ETF. So this ETF is the whole 3D printing industry. Let me try to zoom in over here, the component stocks. All right, so some of these stocks might not be familiar with you guys. So, but you guys can take a look, like the top 10 3D system, X1, Alta Engineering. Some are from other countries, but nevertheless, not that important. Important is the price action for this ETF. I think there is still potential, okay? Again, please don't copy me. I'm just sharing my personal view. I'm waiting for a possible entry, just waiting for it only. So you can take a look at PRNT. Okay, another one that I'm still looking at is this ICLN, clean energy. All right, clean energy. This is the ETF, clean energy. also price ran also, but not as fast as the software and the retail. But again, price previously, it was in a downtrend. Price was always below the central pivot range, and only recently price started to hold above the CPR, which means that it tells me that the price trend is weakening, the downtrend is weakening, and a potential uptrend. And I entered somewhere around here, this yellow arrow. I'm not sure you can see, but it is here. It's the yellow arrow over here. And right now, I already exited at this R1 area. So yeah, my standard time frame is a swing trade, which means that I'm holding for a few days to at most 1 to 2 weeks. So I already exited at R1. But again, we are still pretty new to the, I think we're still pretty early to this new uptrend. I think so. Okay, I think so. Which I think it is the clean energy is going to head back up again. So we are still pretty early, where price just broken above the cloud, which signal a new uptrend. So I'm still waiting for an entry, maybe to re-enter again. So I am interested in print and also ICLN. Okay, so you guys can take a look. And in talking about MJ, which I mentioned before, cannabis, all right, price kind of still stuck there, but I like the price action is that, price didn't continue to go down lower. Okay, so which means that there's no follow through also, like what Jay said, price broke the prior low over here where people shorted, price instead went back up again, and then there's a pullback again, but price didn't break down lower. So this is kind of positive to me also. MJ, for if you don't know, it is the cannabis, the marijuana stock, basically the drug for the medical usage. Or if you are 讲难听就是毒品啦, okay, marijuana. So yeah, so this is a vice sector, okay, if you want to talk in this way. So I'm looking to re-enter again. I was top out once. I was a bit early. Price actually go a bit higher and then came back down. So stop out doesn't matter. So I'm waiting for it to re-enter. If price could break above the cloud over here, then this could signal a new uptrend, at least based on the daily time frame, and also above the CPR. This is what I'm looking for, above the cloud, above the CPR, which means that this is an uptrend. I want to be inside this new early uptrend. All right. So once again, clean energy, cannabis, and PRNT is something that I'm looking out for. All right. So anything to add?
Alex, can you take a look at REMX?
REMX.
Real
this
Earth.
Is the
Real
Earth, right?
Yes. This is
Rare
pretty
Earth.
interesting,
Okay,
Noisy for now, but I think quite interesting.
That means the weekly time frame. Weekly time frame, definitely it is on an uptrend. But of course, if you look at the day time frame, because it is, price already, so-called chunk up so high already, you can expect price to continue to hit like that. So it needs some kind of consolidation. So if you treat this as a daily time frame, this is just a normal pullback, okay? But of course, if you drill down to a daily time frame, of course, this will look very noisy because up, down, up, down, up, down. But I can see that the selling pressure is kind of abated. The selling pressure is not so strong. You can see when you first have a sell-off, it is very strong, right? Subsequently, just like this only, then after that, just like this only. So kind of taper off the selling pressure. So right now, price is above the CPR and also above the cloud. So it is an uptrend based on quantitatively, it is on uptrend. So what is your view on that?
I think we are quite early. That's why I spotted this.
Okay, yeah. You want to share your view on REMX? Then I can...
Okay, so how I find this? Okay, so let me just switch out the screen. How I find this in the first place is again on the ETF performance. Let me... Okay, can you add my screen, please? So let me see. Over here, Alex, can you help me add my screen, please?
Okay.
All right. Okay, so this is on ETF screen. I think you have seen Alex use this before. I've used this countless of time. And if I were to sort according to, the ranking of the ETFs, right, you are able to see that, this one screams out at me, REMX screams out at me. It is at the top over here. It's kind of right, still up there. And as what Alex mentioned just now on a weekly time frame, it really just rallied crazy for the last 1 year, 150%. But last month, it dropped a bit only, it dropped a bit. And then after that, 5 days, you're looking, or rather this one today itself, you're looking at 2.5% increase. So it ranked pretty high. Uranium, I think, is up here as well. Lithium, I saw this as well. Lithium battery tech. So some of the companies, I believe they are all there is some overlapping in these ETFs. So that's why I caught I saw this REMX. And what I like about this is, number one, it just crawls back above the pivot area. So it crawls, although it's like a bit sideways, a little bit noisy in the sense, there is no leadership here. But I think we are really early. Why is because, like what Alex mentioned, the flush down here was painful, and then it is forming a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, again and again. It is still going and then it broke this high a little bit. And then after that, it just have to come down here and flush people out, right? So this is why I say never ever put your stop loss at all the obvious area. You're just asking to be hit, man. Seriously. And still forming a relatively good support of the the S1 area. And then it broke above, and then it retest, and then today gap up. So looking at this, I think there's a good chance, or rather at least from what I'm seeing, I think we are still early. Okay, so I will not be too specific over here, but I think we are still quite early for this one. Even if from here you go and look at this R2 area from here to here. Please don't expect in a straight line. It takes some time to reach there one. Just like, if you want to travel from one side of Singapore to another side, it take you some time as small as Singapore is. Okay, so looking up is about 9%. So risk to reward wise, if you were to consider, right, on the upside, you're looking at about 9%. At the bottom side, assuming you want to just put below the S1, your risk to reward is still positive. So yeah, I find this is still early For those that are late one, right, then imagine your entry price is here. Your risk to reward is so lousy. So these are the kind of stocks that I will not take which is like what is happening on NEO right now. So yeah, this so far I find still like there, going, maybe not, I don't know, but something that caught my eye
Okay, so let me try to answer this question. Henry is asking me how to get the cloud range on the trading view. So I have a tutorial on YouTube where I tell you how to insert all these central pivot range, the pivot points, and the cloud. So I'll post the link. I'll post the YouTube link in the comments, Henry. So you should be able to see the link right now. And Maurice is asking me, what about your favorite uranium stocks? Oh, I still remember. All right. So okay. I just do a very quick one. So uranium, this ETF, it is the URA. So can you see over here on uranium? It is respecting the central pivot range very well. Oops. Over here, rebounded over here and rebounded. But recently, it is not that strong. It's not that strong. Kind of rebounded. All right, rebounded, but then it came back down again, not as strong as previously really. So you might want to take note, but nevertheless, all right, price is still above the cloud. It is still on an uptrend. And if you're talking about weekly time frame, okay, it's still on an uptrend. Okay, still on an uptrend, still okay to me. And are we hitting any resistance level? Not really. So the only resistance level I can see is very long-term one is somewhere around here. It might be a little bit too small for you guys to see, but it's not a very major resistance level. So I think there could be still upside potential, but of course you don't expect price to do like this all the way up down a bit. Daily time frame it could be down, but weekly time frame it is still up, but eventually it still go up again. But right now I'm still holding on to my uranium stock, which is CCJ. CCJ is Chemical Corporation. So in case you're wondering, I am still holding on to CCJ, no change. Since you're asking about uranium already, I want to say also that I have already exited my XOP. XOP is this ETF, this oil and gas exploration. Okay, so the reason why I exit because there are two factors. One is because I am using options to place my trade. So the options is going to expire in September, which is pretty soon already, less than about one month plus already. So I need to take profit. I don't intend to exercise it. And secondly, right, if you take the weekly time frame, long-term time frame, can you see the XOP? This was the previous major support turn resistance right now and hitting to this line once again. So I feel that the profit is good enough for me. Already ran up, so I think it is good time to take profit. So I know that, for example, Danny, I think you're also inside XOP. So just in case you kind of follow me into this XOP, okay, I've already exited already. Just to tell you, I've already exited already. Okay, so I've taken my profit already, but it doesn't mean that price will continue to start to fall or crash. No, it could be, but I don't know. But for me, it's that I've already taken profit. I will move on to look for other opportunities already. Okay. So yes. So Jay, anything to add once again?
I think this time we are just on time. Now it's only 1 a.m.
Okay.
So today the industrials are stronger today. This is a snapshot from FinVis. So I think Alex posted the link just now already. This is on FinVis. Big tech is getting bitten. Semiconductor, Nvidia after breaking all-time high, it's time to come back a little bit. So I think it's only healthy. Apple is very resilient. Then where are the strong ones? Well, industrial is over here. That's why the DE, I shared with you the DE. Longer term play, I don't expect, 1 day, 2 day, fly 100%. That kind of doesn't work there. So energy is strong as well, which is where what Alex just mentioned, XOP. XES, I was in as well, and I'm out of XES. It's also a oil related ETF. So basically these are a snapshot of the market. And I think the aim that both of us want to do this late night market talk with all of you is so that we want to bring value to you and also shed some give you some clarity. So if you guys have gained clarity from both Alex and my sharing tonight, right, we will really appreciate it. Just do us a favor. Number one, help us like this video. If you have not done it, give us a love. Just smack that like button. Number one.
Smack that like button. Jay always has to say that. Smack that like button.
Don't smack until your phone crack. Then that one I don't know how.
Liking is free, so just go ahead and freely give us your like, because liking also tell Facebook that you love our content, you engage with us, and next time if we go Facebook Live, at least Facebook algo will notify you that we are live. Because if you don't interact with us, sooner or later Facebook will deem that you're not interested in our Facebook Live, and they will not show you any of our Facebook Live in the future already. So just give us our like or share, or just give us a like, the minimally. Okay, liking is free. Okay, and so let me see. One question over here. It's from Ivan. I don't understand what you mean. Stockcharts.com. Have you stumbled on this website? Are the info accurate? Are you trying to ask that whether stockcharts.com, the charting platform, the price and all these are accurate? If you're asking that, yes, it is. It is a very reputable site, and I know a lot of traders are using that. Jay, myself are also using that on certain part of our charting also. But for us, we prefer to use trading view. So if you're using stock charts, it is fine as well. Totally fine, totally okay. All right. Yep. And smack already. Kai says smack already. Your keyboard spoiled already. Okay. And once again, all right, if you haven't heard me say just now, we are doing a closed door session, Zoom webinar after the Market Insights Virtual Summit. So this will not be done on Facebook Live, so on a private Zoom session. So if you want me to tell you where to attend this session, you at least need to tell me where to send the information to. And the best way to do it is to register for this Market Insights Virtual Summit. So that at least, you know, I have your email address. I can tell you where to register for this closed door session with Jay later on after the summit is over. So just again, you get a lot of content, strategies, knowledge, and market outlooks from 10, you know, very world-class speakers as well. Okay, so do register for this Market Insights Virtual Summit that's coming up next weekend, 10 and 11 July. And I'll post the link once again, last time already. I'm not going to post all the time already. All right, once again. Okay, so any more things to add before we call it a day, Jay?
No. So that's pretty much about it. So do take advantage of this upcoming Market Insights Virtual Summit, where we can learn from the world-class speakers and gain some clarity from this market. I think clarity is important because with clarity it helps us to make decision, and with the right decisions then we will benefit from it okay. And this is what Alex and myself want for you. And yeah, pretty much this sums up the sharing session that we have for you tonight. And by the way, guys, if we are not connected on Facebook, right, add me as friend. Just send me a friend request. Okay, so yeah, I will go and look through, yeah, and accept it later. Yeah, so I would love to connect with you on Facebook itself. Okay, so that's pretty much, and we hope that you have gained tremendous value, and most importantly, learn something useful and interesting and then hopefully, you know, Alex keep poking me, and that brought some entertainment to you you know, kena arrow, kena poke, then never invite me for the summit. I said that already. I want to go and cry already.
Okay, so for the 200 plus of you who are still on this Facebook Live, thank you so much for joining us. It's already 1 a.m. already. It's very late already. So I don't know whether you guys need to work tomorrow or not. Okay, but it doesn't matter. So once again, thank you so much for tuning in. Have a good night, you know, have a good rest, and we will see you guys again very soon. See you guys. Thank you, and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.